Hello, everyone. I'm Nina Oberlin. I am Secretary of Climate Film, and you just watched I'm Seeing an Invisible Man, a short film of going unnoticed or unheard. With us is the film directors. We got Matt Hagen and Ethan Lex. Hello, guys.
Hi. Hi there.
Thank you for joining us. This is such an interesting approach to the topic of what's real and true, and something that many of us experience in life. How did you guys come about this idea?
There are two answers to this question. The short answer is we were working on a different film idea, and I walked to get some water and go to the bathroom, and I came back, and the film just popped into my head, which sounds like the cliche answer, because like of course the film comes into your head automatically, and it doesn't always happen that way. I don't know if it's ever happened that way.
Well, sometimes you just get a title in your head and you don't know what that's about, but that's what we excel at, is that we come together and you throw out something that you have no idea what it means, and then the other person tells you, oh, that's what this means. So it's sort of a decoding process. That's like the very technical answer. But from another standpoint, I just think like we like to take maybe a familiar concept and remix it a little bit, do something personal or something that feels like full of heart, I guess. And that's like where the whole old lady like family story, just like all of the overall vibe of the project sort of comes from.
Also, technically, we thought it'd be super cool to work with graphics that include having a person be invisible. For instance, the question is like, how do you have a person hold like a Lego in midair and make it look like an invisible man is holding it? There were a lot of like technical inspirations as well. So it was like a fun challenge that we pitched to each other.
As students, that's like what we want to keep doing. In every project, we want to have something that sort of makes us get better at some element. And I think at the same time, it was like, can we tell a story where like the main character isn't there, but you still believe it if you choose to? So I think that element of it just inspired us to make something cool with a challenge, because if you're playing it safe, oftentimes you just kind of go, well. But when there's like something to strive for, it was so easy to just put all of our effort into it.
Good target to shoot at.
You kind of were trying to think outside the box and was coming up with something a little bit harder to do than just like your normal, like let's just shoot an actor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like we're like some geniuses. Like we just thought this would be a fun thing to do. And to be quite honest, it was one of the most fun parts was figuring out how to make an invisible person. It's a little bit of a spoiler. But like, yeah, how do you do that? So we were inspired by that question, and we at least tried to excel and do this in a fun way.
And I think that having like a hook is something that we really like. Like when you're reading an article, you want that first sentence to be something that makes you want to read more. And so that to us means like just having an actor in front of the camera, well, when done right, that can be so good. But we go, okay, it's a short. Why should people be listening to us? We're just two random guys that go to school. So starting from the point of no one cares, okay, now make them care. That's kind of where we come from, and where you want to kind of go a little bit over the top to grab that attention.
I think you guys did a really good job on that. I really appreciated the fun and the comedic style. Also, the style that you chose to do it kind of like more of like an interview style where you're interviewing the actors. What made you kind of go in that direction? Because that was a little different. It was like you're telling a story, but almost a documentary at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I think because it feels so candid that it sounds like the sort of testimonial of this elderly woman. And she's so charming that it just seemed right to let her tell it from her point of view, I think. And that unlocked it. It was also, I don't know, like it came, that's just where it started. And there was never any question that it should be anything else, I don't think.
Yeah. One of the biggest challenges that I think that we faced was having it, having the film transition from like a mockumentary, as we call it, to more of a narrative style where it's just, you're not supposed to realize that there is a camera in the room. You're just in there with them. That's kind of how the film goes, like the last maybe 2 minutes of it, and then it goes back into a mockumentary style. So how do you transition in a way that puts the character or puts the audience in that room with the character, and then takes them back out for kind of that comedic mockumentary? It's a little bit of satire style. So that was another fun challenge that we tried to face.
I like how you guys approached it. It was a lot of fun, and the characters were very heartfelt, and that's what I appreciated. So it was kind of fun.
Thank you.
Seeing that. Have you guys always worked together? Is this like a new first project together, or is this?
We have in college.
Yeah.
We met in college, so we met 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where then you instantly forget when you met because you're just like, I grew up with him, but you didn't. So since then, it's been like, oh, you like to write. Okay, I like to write. Let's do projects. So we've done a couple other shorts, worked on other people's shorts. He's more of a writing centered thing. I'm in like film production. So I'll be working on other people's shorts and we'll be writing something together. We'll do movies, we'll do just scripts, we'll do nonsense. There's like something to get words on a page because we just like bouncing ideas back and forth.
To be honest, our relationship, at least the way that we see it, is a total gift. We met each other, and after the few first times hanging out, things totally clicked. I don't know if I've ever met, I actually have never met a person that I've clicked with more than Matt creatively. That's why we say, when people ask like, oh, how'd you think of the idea? It just clicked. Like it just works. And that's why we say that's a gift. Like we try to use our skills and the best way possible to make fun things. That being said, it also is just like, we just get gifted these cool relationships or cool opportunities or cool ideas. So we wouldn't want to miss saying it totally is a gift.
Yeah. Well, it's quite clear that you guys work really well together, and it showed in your film. It was a great film to watch, and I really appreciate it. And thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. I'm Seeing an Invisible Man will be screening on Sunday, September 29th in the K College Student Film Block at 9:15 a.m. and will be available on demand all week. So you guys will be able to see it all week on demand. Thank you for joining me, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. That's a great opportunity.